Let's go! Also, Sunday Oso, that there you all know. Out of hibernation to entertain Raider Nation. Let's go! Woo. Didn't imitate it, never duplicated. That fool with no hair that shouts like Ric Flair. Woo! The Raider Bear! A Raider! What's up, fam? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you all tuning in. And please, if you would, take a moment, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Raider Bear Live. And if you're watching on Facebook, please take a moment and consider a subscription to Raider Bear family page. And last but not least, Tradish! Raider Bear Live. First comment, woo! MVP tonight. Went Josh Russell. The heavyweight champion of the world, number one, numero uno, el jefe, Josh Russell, still the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Second place, silver medal, that upstart contender, the number one contender, Dustin King. Dustin, doggone it. You went on this gold winning streak while Josh Russell was off in Barbados getting a tan. And then he comes back and I give you a shot. And what do you go and do? You've only got a couple more days, Josh. You got to get him a couple more times in these next couple days, or I can't justify a rematch. Okay, you got to get him in the next couple days, or there'll be no rematch. Okay, he's the undisputed champ. He gets the advantage. Third place, Ted Fay. All right, now let's get down to Ted. Ted, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Everything is always good. Appreciate you tuning in. Honorable mention to Vincent Rubalcaba. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. John LaJoy, appreciate you tuning in. John Leon, always there for a Raider Bear. Jim Vanderland, Bear. Corinna, hello, always there for a Raider Bear. DPC, the legend of the Raider Bears. Legendary medal round. Oscar De Leon, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Denton Rhodes, Space Force. James Walker family in the house. High Percenta. Bobby Ware, Squirrel Nuts. Doc Raider, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Joey Rivera, good evening right back to you. Paul Summers, welcome from my YouTube page. Appreciate you. Vincent Rubalcaba is somewhat of a newbie to the Raider Bear, yes. I'm a touch garbled. Okay, let me see if I can work on that. Touch garbled. Seeing mock drafts for the most part Yeah, we are going to go right into that, Ted. Seeing mock drafts for the most part, it looks like a quarterback for a corner or a corner by most people with the 7th pick. Why a corner? Shouldn't we build the defense from the inside out? Yes. Line and linebackers, and then corner and safety. Yes, we could have Nnamdi Asomugha and Champ Bailey at corner, and it wouldn't matter if we can't pressure the quarterback. Tad Thane, welcome to the show. Great comment as usual. And I would say to you, brother, I don't know if that isn't maybe a little bit of subterfuge. Ow! That's right, the big words on the beer right from the start. I mean, just minutes into the show. Just Google it. This could be a little bit of trickeration on the Raiders' part. I know that there's been some conversations with linebackers, defensive ends. Let me give you this name real quick. I had it right here. I'll queue it up so I can tell you about it, and then it went off my screen. Okay, here we go. Wait a minute, no, that's not it either. Okay, another potential option for the Raiders at 7 is Myles Murphy from Clemson, an athletic freak at 275 pounds. Murphy is regarded as the best edge rusher after Will Anderson by most draft pundits' expert opinion. He also met with the Raiders this week and thinks his explosiveness set him apart. Being a versatile player and being a powerful player and having that speed around any type of in any type of way, being able to communicate on the field and being a leader is very important to me. To communicate the signs that the offense is giving me. So he was very good, a lot better than I was just now reading it. Sorry. But he was very good. He met with the Raiders. He did a really good job. And more importantly, he sounds like a cerebral football player, and I like that. At 275 pounds, he also brings the mental game to it, too. If Myles Murphy is as good as he interviews, he might be the pick at number 7, if you ask me. But I still want Skoronski. Still want Skoronski, not coming off of that. Kim Calhoun, what's up? Welcome to the show. Kim, I got to be honest with you. Every night is date night at Raider Bears. I'm a wife chaser. I don't mind telling you. My wife's very happy. This schedule at work lets me check in for a bit. Note on an unrelated note, The Mandalorian premieres tonight. I know, Eric Jett. Eric Jett, who turned you on to that? He came over to my house one night and knew nothing about that. I'm all, watch this. And he left my house and has been a fan ever since. And I love that. Welcome to the show, as always, my friend, Eric Jett. Okay, also, the linebacker is a void on the roster where it is a young and unproven. Denzel Perryman will hit free agency, and the Raiders could look to the draft for a replacement. They had formal visits also with Noah Sewell from Oregon and Henry Tutu from Alabama. Both players would fill in the position very nicely. Again, the Raiders did have formal visits in addition to sitting down with Myles Murphy. They also had sit-down interviews with Noah Sewell and Henry Tutu of Alabama. So that could be really interesting. Yeah, congratulations go out to the new Mr. and Mrs. Waller. Stephen Bobo, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Stephen, I hope you're feeling better today. Tony Carpenter Evans, what's up? Welcome to the show. Nicholas Beta, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the show. Tim Leonard, what's up, brother? Is your son there? What's up, brother? Hi, Mel. Hi, Tommy. What's up, little buddy? Can't wait for that. My brother's talking about it. He said the first episode was fire. David Pellcliver, the show's incredible. The writer is incredible. And we really have to enjoy this season. Now, I know Eric Jet probably already knows this because ever since he became a Mandalorian junkie now, I know he follows it. But they've been talking online. I got to be brief because I had a lot of football to talk about. But John Favreau, the guy who writes the show, he got a little bit of heat from this female president that was brought on by Disney, and she was trying to force some changes. And one of them was Grogu. Grogu was not supposed to be attached to the Mandalorian anymore in season 3, which ended up being a huge change to the story. I mean, that's a huge change whether or not that a character of that level is still with him or not in the story. And so the fact that he was all literally forced on the writer of the show. He wasn't happy. So now we got to see how that's going to turn out because this might be his last season writing the show. He literally threatened that. And if they were to do something like that again, he would walk. And you got to imagine they're going to do it again. They're going to take the money over his creative vision. You know what I mean? And if some other character or some other thing creates a big toy spin, and then he says he wants to take it out of the show, they're not going to let him. You know. Anyway, already watched it. Can't wait for that. My brother's sorry. Yeah. Good evening, Bear. I've been thinking. Wait a minute. Good evening, Bear. I've been thinking that the Raiders can get Aaron Rodgers for a year or two, with only giving up a second rounder or later, and still draft a quarterback. Use the rest of the draft work on the defense. What do you say, Aaron, for a year or two with the quarterback on the bench and take over after a year? Sounds like the best option. Ryan Robert Bringhurst, welcome to the show. Not trying to burst your bubble, but the Raiders have all but said they're out of that sweepstakes. And could that be, their way of trying to throw people off? Yes, but it's just not likely. There'd be really no reason for that. Either they're in it, bidding for him, or they're not. And I think that they were in it, they were bidding for him, and then Green Bay said, we want this. Because I don't think Green Bay was all on board with doing it. Then Green Bay got on board doing it at the last minute and then up the price big time. Because Aaron Rodgers, I don't think, is palatable to them anymore. Have a great night, Eric. My boys are addicted to the Mandalorian series. It's so good, Vincent. Jim Calhoun, Raiders. Can anyone else not see live chat comment? No way, Doc Raider. All right, here we go. Can Skoronski play guard? Yes. Could they possibly try to add Lewin and then draft Skoronski? Yes. Lewin and Skoronski would be insane on the O-line. Picture that bringing in Jacoby or Mac Jones. I dig that big time. Ted Fane, there's also a guard for the Eagles championship team that is about to hit the free agent market. We would be able to get him and add Skoronski, let Skoronski play his natural tackle position, and then you'd have another inside guard with a tremendous amount of experience. So I would rather see that happen. Can't say it's going to, but I'd like to see that happen. Rude Boy Raider 305 in the house. What's up, brother? Anna Diaz Rincon, my first subscriber ever. Hi, love. Welcome to the show. Yeah, Baby Yoda's dope. I can see the live comments. However, they are going fast on my end. Yes, Quinta Trujillo, they are going fast for me too. Okay, so moving forward, let's get back to what I was going to say a minute ago. So when you consider the mock drafts we've been seeing and then the position we have in the draft, I would say to you this. One of the draft picks I thought was interesting, or one of the mock drafts I thought was interesting, was done by Draft Network, and that's on draftnetwork.com. You can check that out. They have us taking Peter Skoronski, but then number 38 overall, round 2, DJ Turner, quarterback from Michigan. And he writes, I love the way Turner plays on the outside where it's comfortability in press man coverage, highlights a player that has smooth feet, quick hips, and a desire to embarrass opposing wideouts. I actually really like the idea of that. I think the idea of going with Peter Skoronski and then just a really solid corner, like with an attitude, like DJ Turner, I like how that sounds. Now you go to number 3 overall, our third round, number 70 overall, Darnell Wright, offensive tackle, Tennessee. Now, should we start thinking about defense by the time we get to that third overall round? I'm going to show you why we might not do that. If you look in the third round, number 70 overall, Donnell Wright, thank you, love, offensive tackle, Tennessee, with experience in the SEC at both right and left tackle. Wright continues to rise on the draft board. He didn't allow a sack in 507 snaps. Okay, in a proficient offense. He allowed just 2 pressures in his last 6 weeks combined. That's incredible. So, see, to me, you bring in Skoronski, you bring in Darnell, you have a real fight at tackle. But now you have not only some depth, maybe a piece you can move later, and in addition, God forbid, what if he has a little bit of guard experience? I mean, you put him at guard, which we know guard is a lot simpler position than center or tackle. You put him in at guard, you got a real boss hog there to get those blocks down. Now, round 5, pick number 138. I don't know how many of you remember this, but I was talking about the fact that those 2 5 picks really interest me. Now, here's why. Round 5, number 138 overall, Muhammad Diabate, linebacker, Utah, a versatile talent that also has pop as a pass rusher. He had 7 sacks last year. Diabate can align at inside linebacker, but buzz out to the flat in coverage and work downhill in the run and can pick up tight ends with excellent speed. I really like this guy. They thought of him as, they said, think of him as a bigger, faster Luke Masterson. Okay. I like it. I like it. There's a lot of linebackers we could look at, but I like it. I like the measurables when you consider how many sacks he got in last year. It's 7 sacks at linebacker. He just sneaks up to the edge and gets there. I love linebackers that can do that. But Utah plays a NFL type system. I love that. I don't know. I hate admitting it. I almost never do this, but I really like this mock draft. I really do. I really like this mock draft. If this mock draft were the surprise draft that we ended up with, I would be really happy with it. Okay, now, let me continue. Here's why. Round 5, in addition, now, we had 138, now 141. I mean, that's amazing. You're moving 3 picks, 3 positions. While I expect Patterson to rise in the pre-draft process and go higher on the draft weekend, there's a very good chance that the interior of McDaniels will work. Notre Dame has an excellent history of producing NFL linemen, and Patterson has 4 seasons of production at left guard. I like the idea of bringing in Jarrett Patterson of Notre Dame, another nasty offensive lineman. Thank you, love. I appreciate it. And he's going to help build that offensive line. Guard, tackle. Now you've got everything dealt with. You already saw it with Colton Miller. You're solid at center. Now left guard, right tackle, done. Linebacker, done. I love that. Okay, now this is where you might disagree. This is where you might disagree. Okay. Round 6, number 189 overall. Jonathan Mingo, wide receiver, Ole Miss. Now, Devontae Adams on the outside, Darren Waller flexed out. I don't know if we're going to have Hunter Renfrow, but he brings up Hunter Renfrow. But I'd want another legit number 2 wide receiver opposite Adams. Mac Hollins did a nice job, but he's an undrafted free agent, so he's probably gone. I would take Jonathan Mingo of Ole Miss, 6'2", every day of the week. Great player. I don't know if I love that one. I love the fact that Anthony Hopkins is going to be in free agency from the Cardinals. I love the fact that he's coming off of injury. He's coming off of, a so-so time with the Cardinals where he goes in from when he came with the Texans, like a Hall of Fame record on the back of him, goes to the Cardinals and just sort of so-sos it. Now you bring him to Las Vegas, put him under that hot spotlight again, and watch Anthony Hopkins and Devontae Adams dominate. I don't care who's throwing the ball. If you get those 2 guys, that guy, whoever he is, will get them the ball. I don't care if we went to free agent and brought in Cooper Rush. Did I go low enough there? Cooper Rush can win with those 2 wide receivers. All right, round 7, number 198 overall, Tyke Smith of Georgia. Now, okay, here, I wouldn't think twice about taking guys out of Georgia. Like many of the Bulldogs can flat out play, he present a heck of an amount of value at safety and immediately become a core special teamer late on day 3. Las Vegas can do much better. Can't do much better. I disagree with that. I'm not saying that's a bad pick, but the round 7, 198 overall, I'm looking again at linemen. Either defensive linemen. Well, in fact, I'm not even going to look offensive line. I'm looking defensive line. We already did our work offensive line in the earlier round. I'm looking defensive line here at round 7, number 198 overall. Now, our final pick, that is unless we get some other conciliary picks. Yeah, conciliary picks from the NFL. But round 7, number 209, Jose Ramirez, edge rusher, Eastern Michigan. A small school talent, Ramirez was dominant the last 2 seasons, had 20 sacks, showcasing traits that translate to the highest level of the game. For mid-major prospects, you have to dominate in multiple facets at a lower level of the game, and Ramirez had no issue ravaging the pocket each and every read. His 19 and a half were a credit to his ability to live in the opposition's backfield. Times stopping people for a loss, 19.5. That's incredible. So I got to agree completely with this one. Jose Ramirez, I actually saw a week or so ago in a poll on Bleacher Report where they were saying, not a poll, but they were talking about the 5 best players from really small unknown schools that are going to produce a great talent. And Jose Ramirez jumped off the board to me. 20 sacks in his last 2 seasons. Has that speed, nice edge bend. I think Jose Ramirez would be smart, maybe even moving up to the 198 overall and snatch up Jose Ramirez, the number 7, first number 7 pick instead of our second. I would definitely consider that. Anamoku, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Anamoku, he may not have decided, but you have to understand the only thing Anamoku that Aaron Rodgers is deciding at this point is whether or not he wants to push Green Bay into trading him. That's it. That doesn't mean the Raiders are in. I don't think the Raiders are in. I think they got the preliminary of what it's going to cost, and they're not interested. Where's Antonio? He's alive. Oh, also with the recent reports of that defensive lineman for Georgia, Carter, slipping in the news. No bueno, man. But I got to tell you, we're the Raiders, man. I'm sorry. I mean, I realize he had his problems and everything, but he wasn't a Raider like Henry Ruggs and then had those things happen. He's just in school. Now it's time for everyone in the NFL to forgive the kid of his transgressions and move on. Please forgive me if I'm talking out of turn because I don't know the story that well yet. Okay, sorry. Pete Vasquez, Dave Ziegler, Davante Adams will be involved in the quarterback conversations. Adams said it would be a dream scenario to play with quarterback Aaron Rodgers again. But when he left Green Bay, he said he really wanted to play with his college quarterback Carr. Does Adams really got a say dealing with them staying? No, Pete Vasquez, he does not really have a say. He can say out loud what he wants, idea to the franchise of how he feels, because then when it's time to re-up him, he might be saying with these comments, my favorability level to another contract and staying here next time my contract comes up will be up or down depending on whether or not you guys listen to the things I have to say in these moments in time. But he meant what he said when he went there for Derek Carr. He did. But he also meant what he said when he said that he wanted to be a Raider. He didn't want to be a Carr. He wanted to be a Las Vegas Raider, not a Las Vegas Carr. So now that the Vegas Raiders have moved on from Carr, that doesn't mean they've moved on from Adams. Adams knows that. As Antonio, I don't. I just don't. I get on a roll and I just go. Hanamoku, you keep Parham. You're just going to either use him for depth or potentially use him as a trade piece later. But right now, you keep him for depth. Mark Vargas, there! Mark Vargas, I appreciate that you actually also use the Panda Polar Bear. Matt Marinevich, Parham can be slid into center. Yeah, he can. And that is more of his natural position. And we can move on from the project there. John LaJoy, if we had Jason Kelsey, we wouldn't be talking about the center position. Sean Scott, what's up? Love the show, Bear. Your draft sounds educated and well thought out. Unfortunately, I have zero confidence in Mick Poo Poo Face in picking the right players. That might be my new favorite. Mick Poo Poo Face. Hey, you guys, you want to hear something terribly cute? Watch this. I'm Raider! There it was. There's a wild mama bear roving in the distance. I was thinking about that. I'd like to get Tomlinson from TCU in the later rounds. One, I think if we could pair him with Hobbs and bring in Ramsey, that's a good trio. Two, I think it would drive his dad nuts to have his son play. Well done. Oh, it's a great photo. Max was from East Michigan. Yeah, Max would probably like if we brought in that guy. Probably would like that. I saw an article today where McDaniel said Waller will play a part in the offense. He's not going anywhere. Jim Vandalin, I don't believe Mr. McPhee, no matter what he says at any given time until I can prove it true. I did not tell Jim that the red-headed lady of Raid went out and faced sleet and snow and rain to make sure that he got his goodies today. Yes, Mr. Vandalin, your goodies are on their way.
They will arrive on Monday.
Doc Raider, Mr. Bear, Dad's on the phone, so I can say this. They want him to come back to work when I can be on my own. So I guess they realize what they lost. I don't want him to go, but I know what he'll say. Don't be upset by that, Val. He's got to get those digits. He's making that money for you, girl. I truly believe if the Raiders make a trade with the Packers, it's going to be for Love instead of Rodgers. Man, I would rather it was for Love instead of Rodgers, if you really wanted to hear the truth. I think with Aaron Rodgers, you have a chance to win right away. If you draft offensive line, you get some defensive help, you get Aaron Rodgers, you can win right away. But at the same time, I think Jordan Love might have something. I don't know why. I can't speak to it, but there's just something to me about a guy with his build that knows that the NFL is just screaming for these young, versatile, fast, athletic, able to run and throw combination quarterbacks, white or black. It's not the ethnicity. It's just they want that versatile five-tool quarterback. And I would argue that Jordan Love has been sitting there for a few years going, hello. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think that would be a good fit for us. He would feel like it's unlike a quarterback that would come to the Raiders getting a chance for the first time to lead a team and be the leader of a team for the first time. If he came here to the Raiders, not only would this be the first time for him to lead a team on his own that's really his team, but it would be with a chip on his shoulder to prove that he was sitting for too long behind that thumb and behind an offense that can really help him shine if he really learns it and works with McDaniels to do something there. Reyes Antonio thinks that Carr will sign with the Jets. Reyes Antonio, I think that's possible, but I think it's just as likely that he can go to Washington, especially now when you see that the former offensive coordinator of Kansas City went to Washington. When he did that, that created an earthquake-like move. Now, as a quarterback, you may not want to go there, no matter what quarterback you are, because there's a lot of dysfunction in Washington. There's about to be another scandal breaking in Washington again. The owner owes like a backdated loan for like 500 million or some crazy number. And so if he doesn't pay that, they're going to make him sell. And if they make him sell, obviously that's a new owner. Linda, everyone's telling me my audio sucks tonight. Down here, it said muted and it was checked off. And go ahead and hit me again on the show and make sure. I have a president of sound and operations on one side of the microphone, and I have a president of sound and operations on the other side of the microphone.
So just because of that it was muted, you have to repeat all of that stuff that you were saying when it was just going.
Hey, it's enough that they got to see me laughing and smiling and see the Raider logos and this gorgeous hat. Okay, I took the Ferrari out of the garage today. Okay. What's up with the organization, Bear? I heard it's bad. A lot of people from the front office are leaving. Is it because of Davis and gave almost all of the control to Ziegler McDaniels? Know about the Davis and Ziegler part. They do have a lot of control, but no, they're not like in charge of the building or anything. Not like Gruden was, I'll be honest with you. And then more importantly, although Dave Ziegler and Josh McDaniels do have too much power, they are still looking to fill certain slots with the organization. So that's a good sign. But Mark Davis does not like working. I don't know how to say that any better. Mark Davis doesn't like working. For the last, I'd say for the first 2 years, we were going into Vegas. The first like few months, Mark Davis was there, and he would go to games, obviously. But once we broke ground and Vegas got started, and the players were playing and so on and so forth, he was just going to games. He was not there for the day-to-day business. He just wasn't, guys. I don't know how to say it any better than that. Now, when people say, how can he be the owner and not be there for day-to-day business? I mean, physically, he wasn't in the building. He would make call-ins. He would do emails, things like that, but he would do those sporadically. It was never day-to-day. So Mark Davis is a part-time owner, part-time employee. So when you let the inmates run the prison and the warden goes to Barbados, what are the inmates going to do? And when I tell you that things are going awry and there's chaos everywhere and there's files all over the place, and everyone's eating different things and the doors are open and guys are getting in fights and so on and so forth, why would you be surprised at the level of chaos? Well, Mark Davis has not been a present owner for the better part of a year and a half now. And now all of a sudden, just recently with all the firings and the outbreak of bad news, he finally has physically been coming into the building lately. And that's how he got into it with Marcel Reese. And then Marcel Reese resigned / probably got fired by Mark as a way of blaming him for what's going on. You didn't let me know what's going on, so you know what I mean. Mr. Bear, Dad doesn't need the money, but I know he'll feel obligated. I do feel Ziegler will put drafts together better than Mayock and Gruden. Too many times I felt Mayock and Gruden reached for players trying to show the league how intelligent they were instead of taking the best player available. Again, Ted, completely agree. We could do a show with you sitting next to me. I'm sure I'd be able to argue a couple of points with you here and there. But for the most part, we see football eye to eye. I completely agree with that. More importantly, Mayock was just brought in to look like someone was doing the job other than Gruden. Gruden was doing the job, and Mayock was just helping him with information. I can read lips, just don't. No one has to read lips. Vincent Rubalcaba. Okay, I just needed to get it clear. I needed to check my controls, and then go into settings, and then check, double check this, and then call Mama Bear. No, it's not Niner Beto. Excellent. Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, Corinna. Troy Gill, what's up? Welcome to the show. Always there for Raider Bear. Rude boy Raider in the house. Miami 305. My son's going to be moving out there, Rude Boy Raider, so you might get some seriously good rap music out there soon. Okay, so moving forward now, I think that the Raiders would be really wise to consider Jacoby Brissett. He had a really great year last year. I love the stats. I'm not going to rattle them all off to you, and I'm not going to talk about it too much because I already have. I'm going to bring up other things to you. But I just really hope that they come with him. I don't like the idea anymore of Aaron Rodgers, some of these other guys. For me, you're cashing too much into Aaron Rodgers and taking away too much versatility in the draft. If you bring in Jimmy Garoppolo, you're bringing in a guy who you know sucks and is really a number two and was never really meant to be a starter. The Niners have all but shown you that. You know what I mean? I would really rather they brought in a guy like Jacoby Brissett. He's not a number two, and he's not a number one. He's a place setter. He's one of those guys that comes in, he plays pretty good, he gets you some wins here and there, and then when it's time to put in the real guy, you can take the reins away from Jacoby Brissett, and he's not going to act up. He's not going to go out in the press and Twitter and say the Raiders did me wrong. He doesn't have an older, dumb David brother, Brissett, that's going to come out and go, you guys did my little brother wrong at quarterback, Raiders, and now we're going to go on a podcast and tell the world. Troy Gill, the quarterback question is the number one question. I got to say that if there's anyone you consider, I would consider Jacoby Brissett. I just think that's smart. I think Cooper Rush might be a little bit of a diamond in the rough, and I say that half seriously because I, again, don't think of him as a starter. I think of him as, again, another place setter like Jacoby Brissett. If you bring in a guy like Cooper Rush, you can give him a little bit over $10 million a year. He's going to be happy getting a pay raise that way. And then more importantly, once he gets that little pay bump, you let him go out there. You take CJ Stroud or Hendon Hooker or whoever we may pull out of this draft, and then you let them sit and learn while you have the veteran throwing the rock. I just like that. Meanwhile, you don't mind so much if you take a handful of losses here and there. You don't want to, obviously, but better that happened with the kid watching. And then eventually maybe you bring the kid in because of the losses. He's got a little bit of an understanding of the package of the offense. Now you bring him in, you let him cut loose, and maybe you have something. All right. Welcome to the show. Val, if you can see the comments, Jim Vanderlyn would like you to know that when it comes to his job, your dad has a high sense of duty. That does not surprise me about Doc Rader. From what I've heard about him and who he is, class guy. No, David Pillcliver, it wasn't Niner Beto. Everyone's going, damn it, Niner Beto strikes.
When all else fails, blame the Beto.
Hey, actually, that's not a bad idea, huh? Damn it, you know what, you guys, it was Niner Beto.
Blame the Niner fan.
It was Niner Beto. You know it had to be.
Oh.
I wanted to mess with him, I did. But you know,
wah, wah.
you may any moment now. I don't know. But if it wasn't funny, it wasn't funny, you know. So I would trade him a second round pick, a 7, and a Niner Beto.
Oh.
Come on, Niner, that was your cue.
Is he watching?
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Michael Guerrero, the Naked Raiders in the house. Michael Guerrero, no status report on your shower? Lukewarm, hot, cold? Come on, man. Who will be playing number 2 receiver next year? Reyes Antonio, the hot number being discussed right now is Anthony Hopkins. If you bring over a veteran possession wide receiver like that with Devontae Adams, it's over. And I know we say it's over with a lot of different things. Like, for example, I was given a scenario of Lamar Jackson. You sell out, bring in Lamar Jackson. Now you've got the RPO offense that's unstoppable. He could run it, toss it to Josh Jacobs. He could run it, or you fake the toss, pull it back, and throw it to Devontae Adams. Triple threat attack. I mean, that sounds unstoppable. Well, you add Anthony Hopkins, you have a similar scenario where now anytime you go into the passing game, how is the defense going to bracket 2 guys? And if they do, you're going to have someone underneath open on every play, tight end or the third wide receiver or a running back on every play, gashing defenses for 10, 15-yard carries. No doubt about it. He said he just turned it on, Bear, and it's steamy hot, but he's still listening.
Is he wearing his preemie
No, I'm not asking about what he's wearing. And what do you mean preemie sock? Mama Bear, I have a YouTube audience now. I can't be talking about preemie socks and where men wear them in the shower.
And he bathes in goat milk. Bull's milk. Bull's milk.
This show got real weird in the last minute or two. Real weird in the last minute. Well, I let Mama Bear in here. It's a caffeine rush.
YouTube needs to know about Naked Raider.
No.
There's only one Raider that's naked.
No, I don't want to hear about that. Reyes Antonio, Lamar. Wait a minute. What? Lamar Jackson would excel with us. I have no doubt in my mind that would happen. I just don't think that Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler have the testicular fortitude to do something like that. I just don't think they have it, because you would really have to jump in bed. You would really have to give the Ravens whatever and really go for it. And I just don't think they'll do that. No. You don't get to give me crickets now.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, I just got on here for the first time. What's happening?
No. Why does he sound louder than you?
No, yeah, right, exactly. Because he's on my show and has better sound equipment, which is embarrassing.
I don't know what you're talking about. Stop it.
He does know what I'm talking about, and he's doing it on purpose.
I love it.
Now he's sucking helium over there.
Listen, don't you dare talk about this guy. I will send you straight to
Hell.
Yeah, say. He's telling you, don't talk about this guy. He loves me like that. You talk about me, you're going straight to hell. Hey, Bear, I like Jacob Pearson from Ole Miss. He plays for the XFL. He would be a great number 2. Okay. What did you say, voice from on above?
I don't know.
You don't know. You sound like you're in a tunnel now.
He sounds like he's Darth Vader.
I was on the toilet.
Oh, no. Here, Mama Bear, come talk to him for a second.
Come
Yeah.
and talk to me, Mama Bear.
Try everything.
I'm trying to make packages.
Nope, keep going.
Hello, Mama Bear. How are you doing this evening?
Hello, Darth Raider.
Speak to the true wise man.
I like how he just throws me out here to come on here. Hi, everybody. It's been a long time. I hope you guys can hear me.
Robot, my name is Mr. Roboto.
Oh, hi, Anna. Hi, Reyes. I'm over here making packages to Corinna Trujillo. I have a package for John Leon. And I had one more for, I think, Josh that I'm making. So, yeah, mailing out winnings. That wasn't me. Hi, Mike. Hi, John. Woo woo. Troy Gill, hello. Ted Thompson, or Ted Thayen. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on, so I just got kind of thrown out here. So, Niner Betta, when are you going to come over and help us figure out another microphone?
You guys want to set up 2 microphones?
The one that we have, this blue ball thing, is pretty new, but obviously it sounds like he has sound issues. So I don't know if he needs a better mic, maybe one like what you have.
Oh yeah, we could definitely get him situated with a better mic.
Yeah, because you sound really clear, and his doesn't sound like clear like that.
Hey, Ana Diaz, welcome. Well, not welcome, but hello. No, I actually just logged on for the first time. I'm like, oh, he's on the I forgot there was already 8 something. I'm like, oh, let me check out what he's doing. And then I log in and then it says,
He had no sound.
yeah. Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, I was in the front room and he's they're saying that they can't hear me. And then I log in and he had no sound at all.
This is just a few moments ago, or
Yeah.
I wonder when I.
Minutes ago, and I came in and I unplugged the mic and replugged it in, and then he had it on mute. And
I wonder when I log in if it takes them out.
I think it does, because it
Oh,
only
yeah.
happens when you log in, and I think when you log out too. Or no, when you log in, because it happened last time when you logged in with him.
Oh, okay. I
That
gotta
might
fix
be
that.
the issue.
Okay, yeah.
We figured it out. We figured it out, and you weren't even in here.
That's true. I was back here working the cables.
Yeah, the sound happens when he logs in.
What's up? It's the Raider Bear. And you know it's true. Look, Raiders Bear. No, that's funny stuff. Raider Bear.
Oh my goodness.
So are we say, hey, is the Raiders family in their chat celebrating a birthday this month?
I'm not sure. We got to see.
What do you mean you're not sure? They're your followers.
No, they're my family. Get it straight. The followers when they're
That's even worse.
You're
They're your
just
family. You don't know their birthday.
no Niner fans are your friends.
We
okay?
have a hard time keeping up with our kids' birthdays and our grandkids' birthdays. Oh, next football season thoughts. I think we're not going to do, we're not going to be much better next season.
Mama Bear.
I do. I just think we're still like trying to remake the team, and we have to find the pieces to mesh, and it's going to take a whole nother season.
What have I told you about being honest with people?
My personal opinion is I think we're going to go through another wah season, unfortunately.
Because of Josh Mick.
Yeah.
Josh Mick.
Josh McStupid.
There you go. That's a good one.
All right. I'm going to pass the mic back to you.
You sure?
Yes.
You really think they want to look at me more than you?
You just threw me out here. I'm like not even dressed. And
I know. That's part of why they like it.
well, I am dressed. I'm just not dressed appropriately.
Whatever. Just the way you worded it the first time was more appropriate.
Oh.
What? The sink was sinking, and I needed to patch a couple holes.
Yes, you did.
Ana Diaz Rincon wrote laughing, and she wrote Mick Caca. That's a Mick
I
good
like
one.
that one.
Come caca.
Mick Caca.
I like that.
Reyes Antonio, we always have fun. Most shows go this way. If I can drag Mama Bear out here once in a while, I absolutely will.
Yes.
Usually at the beginning of the show, the sound is choppy. Yeah, Ana Diaz Rincon, I have been having trouble with that. Eventually, my friend is going to help me figure it out.
He said he will. We need to have
I
a
yell
mic
at my
like
friends.
his.
What do you want?
We just need to buy the same mic that he has
Yeah, that's true.
because his is crystal clear.
That's true. And it has like toys in it.
That's even better.
Well, that's not the that's the system that I plug into the mic.
I know.
This mic here that I use is it's not that bad. They're like $400 each.
All right, I got another question. Robert D. Ramirez, what are we going to do, Bear? Man, would be a great story if we were to make it to the promised land this year in our house and win the whole thing. Wishful thinking. Yeah, don't ask my wife.
Oh my God.
You ask Mama Bear, she's gonna throw a whole glass of cold water in your face. Hey Robert, here you go, Sapalash. I'm glad Mama Bear wasn't sitting here for that one.
Okay. If we,
No, don't backpedal
if
now.
we end up getting Aaron Rodgers because he's now out of the dark retreat,
He's
and
escaped the darkness.
hopefully makes his decision within the next week or so. And he comes to the Raiders, I think we would have a better chance than if we don't get him.
There you go. That was some good optimism. See, now you
Because
see
he was-
Robert, you're talking Robert off the ledge. He was gonna jump.
He'll be playing back with Devontae Adams, and I think they already know the plays and they'll be able to
Wait,
connect.
Mama Bear. Robert is still walking toward the ledge. He's looking down and saying, life is over. Give him more.
Hope that we get, I can't even believe that I'm saying it because I don't even like the guy. I can't stand the guy, but
Come on, do it.
Aaron Rodgers.
I know, right? He might win for us, though. He's not coming. Robert. Don't jump, but he's not coming. But don't jump.
Are you positive?
Raider Nation. No, I mean, how could I be positive? But, I'm not.
He
Positive.
said that he's going to be making his decision very soon.
Yeah, but it's not up to him. That's the problem. What the only real decision that's out there, and they're not talking about it, is the decision is whether he's going to go back to Green Bay or not. Where he's actually going to go isn't what's being debated. What's being debated is whether he'll leave or whether he won't leave. That's it. Where he's going to go, no one knows. And whether that's Green Bay or somewhere else. And that's what he's saying. He's saying, I don't know if I'm going to stay or if I'm going to walk out that door. Because he, unfortunately, has total control. I don't know if you remember last week, you and I were talking about your own job. And I was trying to get you to relate to it by saying, what if Rob and Joey split? And Joey just left and said, I'm going to go over here and do this thing. Well, would you let him go or would you say, come back, please? And then he gives you headaches in the press and acts like a jerk and is an egotistical monster. And then you have to sit down with him and say, okay, are you going to come back or not? That's what's going on. Is he going to go back to Green Bay or is he going to go somewhere else and start all over again, for the next couple seasons? So,
Yeah.
I just don't think he's going to do it. It costs too much. Even if it's just a second rounder, it's going to be a second, a 5, and a 7 or something like that. And I don't even want to give him that.
Yeah, for just a couple seasons.
Right.
Yeah.
Of a team that's,
I'm sorry if I was too blunt.
I want one of the Raider Bears toys. Troy Gill. My source has confirmed that monkeypox started in Santa Clara parking lot.
Oh.
That was just my proving that I'm reading YouTube comments. If we start winning every day, if we start winning, everybody's going to have to start calling him McLovin. Dustin King, that will never happen. Hey, dirty old bear, what are your thoughts about Drew Sanders, linebacker from Arkansas? I think that he can play, but I don't know if he is going to fall to us. In other words, you're asking me to reach into, the stack of all these linebackers and say that not only will he get past the rounds and picks of all these other teams, but will be sitting there for us. But I would make this argument. If we had one of our very first, let me see, where's my picks at? Okay, I would say if we were sitting at our 103rd pick in the 4th round, I would pull the trigger on that. I would say that would be where you would get him. If he was on the board there, then yeah, I'd pull the trigger. Mama Bear, just being honest, I don't see the Super Bowl. Just hopeful nobody else from the AFC West wins it. Not in our house. Can't happen. Ted Thane, I have coached Ted up. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. You cannot have the Chiefs win the next Super Bowl.
I agree.
You just can't. Not in Vegas. You can't. That would be a smear, a stain on the franchise and the stadium that you can't wash off. Ask the Niners with the Thanksgiving game. They lost to Seattle.
Oh God, wasn't that when Richard Sherman was eating turkey, like right in the middle of the field celebrating?
Really?
Oh my! And I really liked Richard Sherman because we watched him play at Stanford before he went pro, and then he does that. I was just like, oh, that was so salty. Just added salt to the wound on Thanksgiving.
That was so bad. Beto. No, Beto. Wait, Beto. Wait. I did mean it. I did mean it. I did. I gotta admit, I did mean it. But see, we're about to have one of those because those damn Chiefs are gonna be there again. Damn it. We can all say what we want to say, but they're gonna be there. We just all we can do is pray whoever represents is gonna beat them. You know what I mean? I just pray that we can beat them twice and F with their schedule enough that maybe they have to play on the road in the playoffs and things like that. Goodness gracious. Good night, everyone, and angels on everyone. Appreciate that, Corinna Trujillo. You're such a sweetie.
I'm mailing your package, Corinna.
Yeah, on its way. Jesse Parker, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. You must have been thinking what I was thinking, Jesse Parker. Yeah, it honestly, JP, I don't know how Raider Nation could handle that. That would be bad. I mean, Mark Davis better move. Or being out of town for a while, like go lie low in Mexico. You don't want any of Raider Nation's feelings if the Chiefs come into Vegas and win a Super Bowl. That's not karma, man. That's not karma. But the Chiefs offense took a little bit of a hit today. Their offensive coordinator left for the Washington Commanders. Now, obviously, there are those that would argue that the offense is Andy Reid's. That's why the guy left, because he was never going to get a job as the offensive coordinator of Andy Reid's offense. You know what I mean? It was no different than like when we used to have Greg Olson. Greg Olson was John Gruden's bag boy. You know what I mean? If Greg Olson then goes on somewhere else, he's not going to go on to a great career as an offensive coordinator / head coaching job because he was literally just a gopher boy for John Gruden. Mick COVID-19. No, John, I don't want to do that. No COVID-19 stuff. Reyes Antonio, I am watching the combine. I'm super interested in it. I think that there's a couple positions that should be really interesting for us. I know the pre-combine interviews, we had 3 separate interviews with 3 separate linebackers. And I thought that was super interesting that they were already sitting down and having the conversations with linebackers. I think there's a good chance we pick linebacker high. All right, guys, that is my show. That is my show, and none of that was my music. But this is my show, or that is the end of my show. It's almost the end of my show. Momentarily, it'll be the end of my show. Seriously, I swear. But, honestly, more and more, I'm thinking trade down is going to be where we end up going. All right, that's my show. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard. For all you do, the energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice. Active and veteran. Much love. Oh, Denton Rhodes, I almost forgot. Space Force. All right, oh, slipping on the job. All right. Thank you to the red-headed lady of rage for the spot sudden hosting duty. I tore my ACL for 5 minutes and needed your help, and your step in was beautiful. Love you, girl. You're the best backup podcaster in the business. You can throw it down the middle like nobody. All right, that's my show. Much love. I hope you had a good time. Please like and follow on YouTube, and please subscribe to Greater Dale Live on Facebook. Much love to you all, and thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow night. Greater Dale. Alan Hayes. Alan Hayes.